Hey guys, just a reminder that this channel, The Entertain House, now has merch. You guys have been very supportive of the merch and become a housemate. Me and my dad have designed 10 different designs for you guys to enjoy. $35 each. Here's some photos of people in those shirts. Make sure you message my Instagram or comment below if you want a shirt. But let's get into another video. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. I am super duper excited to get back into this. The NRL comes back in just pretty much 48 hours, 7:50 on Thursday night. I'm filming this at 8:10 on the Tuesday night. It's a little bit late to get the predictions out, but guys, it's time for me to bring you my NRL predictions. I've had so many comments, so many messages. The social media for this channel has really blown up in the last couple months, and it's real supportive. For those of you who are back to the channel, welcome back. There will be live streams for a lot of the Eels game. There will be predictions on Tuesdays, and there will be recaps on Mondays. So stick around. These are my predictions for round 3 of the NRL. So the first game, kicking us off for the NRL restart, if you want to call it, is the Broncos, who started their season well, against the Eels, who started their season well. Now, as you can tell by my shirt, I am an Eels fan. If you're new to the channel, you should know this if you've been on the channel for a while. I went to every single Bankwest game last year, went to Melbourne, went to Manly to watch them, Cronulla. Massive. Anyway, I haven't had a good look at the team list, so this will be interesting. Asako versus Gutherson. Let's have a look. I think the ins and outs are wrong here because it says David Fifita in. That's an out. So Alex Glenn is in. Joe Offahengawi is in, who is back from suspension. David Gower is in, and George Jennings is in. Nathan Brown is out for the Eels. I knew that because of suspension. Reid Marnie has been named to start in the number 9 jersey. Coming in for Nathan Brown is Marata Niokore. Ray Stone off the bench. I really like that potential if you need Reid to not play the full 80 minutes to get Ray on the field. Brad Takarangi, Penny Terapo, and Kane Evans. Not a bad lineup. Really looking forward to this match. As I said, I will be live streaming it and having a chat with you guys during the match. I think it will be a lot of fun. I think it'll be a really competitive game, and for some reason, I don't think it'll be quite the defensive game that we're all thinking it will be. I think there'll be plenty of points in this game. I'm not being biased here. I actually think the Eels will get it over the Broncos. Last time we met, it was 58-0, and I think they'll definitely be out for blood, and I think they'll score plenty of points. So I'm going to back the Eels by 8 in this match. I'm going to back us to beat the Broncos to start the season, 26 points to 18. Second game sees the Cowboys take on the Titans. Now, this game is at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, the Cowboys' new home ground. Once again, let's take a look at the lineup. So I can see here, Jake Clifford in the number 7 jersey for Michael Morgan, who's out for an extended amount of time. Gavin Cooper looks to be out by the looks of it. So Mitchell Dunn will come into Gavin Cooper's spot. What's going on with him? Gavin Cooper has a calf injury. There we go. Shane Wright off the bench. That's a real good boost for the Cowboys. I really like what's coming out of Shane Wright. Reece Robson in the number 14. If you need to give Jake Granville a rest, I think Robson's a great hooker. Hampton again on the wing. I'm looking at the Titans here and I'm going, what the hell is going on here? Tyrone Roberts has shifted from 5'8" to fullback already. I'm like, what? Philip Sammy's on the wing. I guess he's fast paced. I can understand that, but that is who I would put at fullback as my choice. Dale Copley in the centres rather than on the wing. Ashley Taylor in 5'8". Jamal Fogarty in the number 7. Kevin Proctor, Kevin Hebrave. So there's no major changes. Aaron Clark off the interchange with Jai Arrow, Shannon Boyd, and Jarrett Wallace. Cowboys should win this, and Cowboys probably will win this. Tyrone Roberts is at fullback, for Christ's sake. I I'll give it a chance. I could be wrong. They could turn up and the Titans could win, but I don't see that happening. I see the Cowboys winning this match quite well. Bit of a weird scoreline, but I'm actually going to go a convincing win from the Cowboys based on this lineup. I'm going to go the Cowboys to have plenty of points in them. Titans 2 tries. I'm going to go the Cowboys 34 points to 12. The next game on Friday at 7:50 will be a cracking match between the Roosters, who are 0-2, against the Rabbitohs, who they won their first game, but they lost their second game to the Brisbane Broncos. Latrell Mitchell, his old club, I'm really looking forward to him playing against the Roosters and the way that he played. Be interesting to see him match against Tedesco at fullback. All of us are waiting to see that X factor of Latrell that we've seen in the centres at fullback. I personally think it'll take some time. Whether it does happen, I really don't know. Alex Johnston on the wing for the Rabbits. Braden Burns in the centres. Troy Dargan replaces Cody Walker, who faces a 1 or 2 match suspension. Doesn't say here, but Troy Dargan, young gun coming through. Interested to see that. Cameron Murray still in the number 12, not in 13. I liked what I saw of Liam Knight to start at lock at the start of the year, but I still think Cameron Murray's move should come around. In the reserves, James Roberts has not been named in the side. He's been named in jersey 20, so he is in the reserves. Josh Morris is in, and Boyd Cordner is in for the Roosters. I'm just looking at their bench. Tupanua Verrills, Nat Butcher, Lindsay Collins, fairly similar to what we've seen previously. I think the Roosters will win this one. I think the game between the Eels and the Broncos that you're all expecting to be defensive will actually be this game here. So I'm going to back the Roosters in a close one. Again, by 8, I will go 18 points to 10. The next game is a quite difficult game in my opinion. I think a lot of people will be leaning towards one side, but I think the emotion is really going to come with this team, and I think there'll be quite a few points in them. The New Zealand Warriors against the St. George Illawarra Dragons. On paper, based on these teams, I think the Dragons should win. You've still got the classy Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, Ken Mamalo, the fast-paced winger. Nikorima has been named in the number 6. So I'm trying to see where Harris Tavita is, unless he's injured. Wade Egan at hooker. Jamin Tanua-Brown in the forward pack against Paul Vaughan. Reserve, so jersey 18 for Chanel Harris Tavita. That's really interesting. Adam Pompey in jersey 21. David Fusatua, Leeson Almau, and Adam Curran are out for the Warriors. Tim Laffey and Isaac Luke are out for the Dragons. In though comes Cameron McInnes, Ewan Aitken, and Adam Clune. Adam Clune in jersey 19. Dragons bench looks quite good. You've got Aitken, Kerr, and Fui Meanu. I really like that bench. I think the Dragons will be a little bit too good here. I think they'll win 26-14. However, I would not be surprised at all if the Warriors' emotion real gets to them and they turn Central Coast into a fortress this year. I'm not saying I don't think Warriors will play final, but I think they have the talent and they're a team that could really shock a lot of people this year, and it could begin this weekend. But in my tips, I'm going to go the Dragons in a high scorer, 26-14. The next game sees the Sharks taking on the Tigers, who the Tigers are currently, may I remind you, sitting in 9th place. The Sharks, don't want to speak about too much because we don't know how much truth there is to it, but Bronson Xerri is in a world of trouble right now. He will not be playing in this game and he will not be in the NRL for a while by the looks of it. A failed drug test is really going to shake up the Sharks this year. I think it's big. I think it's real big. Let's have a look at the changes. So, Bronson Xerri isn't even on this list. That's how big it is. Josh Morris is obviously out for the Sharks. He's gone. Oh no, my app just crashed. What else do I know? I know Harry Grant is making his number 9 jersey. So Billy Walters, let's find out about him. But Harry Grant, I'm telling you, keep your eye on him. Potential for Rookie of the Year. Absolute young gun. Would love to get him on the channel sometime if I could. So Billy Walters off the bench in the number 15. Toby Rudolph in the number 16 for the Sharks, who I heard next year may have signed a contract, don't quote me on this, with the New Zealand Warriors. I believe it was Toby Rudolph. I'm pretty sure it was. Josh Reynolds in the reserves, Billy Margulius in the reserves, Moylan in the reserves, and Michael Cheekham. So it's really interesting to see Michael Cheekham named in jersey 21 for the Tigers. I think he's a massive player for them. Britton Nakora is in, and Josh Dugan is in. Real hard game to tip here. I had a lean towards the Sharks in a big win. I had a 22-6 scoreline. However, now I still think the Sharks will win it, but I don't think it will be an easy win. It's a really, really tough game, this one. I think I'm going to go with a 24 points to 12 scoreline. 2 tries making the Sharks too good. Maybe a try from Sean Johnson and a try from Britton Nakora. There you go. That's a wild prediction, that is. But I'll back the Sharks 24 points to 12. But as I said, really looking forward to seeing Harry Grant on the field. Should be really interesting. The Tigers lose Momorowski to the Storm, so it'll be interesting to see how they go without him as well, with that swap being completely finalised. So, yeah, I'm backing the Sharks still. This next game, oh, here we go. I'm excited. This is the game of the round, in my opinion. The Melbourne Storm at Amy Park taking on the Raiders. And the Raiders, in finals and in the regular season, they became a bogey team for the Storm, beating them at Amy Park. In one of them was my game of the year. The other one was probably in the top 10, maybe top 5. But 2 massive game. 2 big fullbacks coming through the league. Ryan Pappenhausen and Chance Nickel-Klokstad. Great matchup there. What else have you got? You've got fast-paced Josh Adokar against electric Nick Kotrick. Munster and Whiten. It is a mouth-watering matchup, this. Let's have a look at the ins and outs. In is Brandon Smith will join the bench for the Storm, which is real good for them. Tui Kamikamika is out. As for the Raiders, in is Jordan Rapana. He's back, guys. Jordan Rapana is back in the NRL. He is in jersey 18, though, as a reserve, so whether he'll play, wait and see. The bench, Emre Gula, Soliola, Oldfield, and Harvili. Really like what I'm seeing of the offloads from Emre Gula. I think he's a real good player coming through. Tough game to pick here. I think it's a... Look, at home, but there's no complete home field advantage, I guess, with no crowds. At home, the Storm should win this, but I give the Raiders a chance. I'll give you a tip now. I reckon that the Raiders will lead at halftime, but the Storm will get them in the second half and be too classy, too good on the back of your Munster, your Smith, those type of players. I'm going to back the Storm in a real entertaining game. Obviously, the game of the round, I think. And I'm going to go the Storm 22 points to 16. The next game sees the Penrith Panthers against the Newcastle Knights. Newcastle Knights, they're sitting in second place right now. A fantastic start to the season with 2 straight wins. Panthers also on 2 straight wins. So one of these teams will go 3-0. Who do I think it'll be? Well, let's have a look at the lineups and then I'll tell you. Kalen Ponga, massive out for the Knights. They also have Jaden Brayley and Mitch Barnett out. Bradman, oh, it's crashed again. Saying Bradman Best is in. Whether he's starting, though, or whether he's on the bench or a reserve, that's what I have to find out. This is really annoying me that the NRL app tonight is crashing. That's really frustrating because, as you guys know, I don't look beforehand. I like looking with you guys. Bradman Best in jersey 18, so he's a big chance. He's a chance of playing. Nathan Cleary out for the Panthers. Kurt Capewell in. That's crashed again, so that pisses me off. I'm going to go Newcastle here. I think it's a bit of an upset. They're underdogs in this match, and Penrith started real good. Coruscant looked good. I'll give Caleb Aiken some credit. He looked quite good as well at fullback. I'm going to go a bit of a high, not too high scorer. The Knights were a bit leaky towards points for the Tigers when we saw that round 2 match. It'd be interesting to see if McCulloch's playing as well, but I don't know if this will load. I'm going to back the Knights 20 points to 16. I think there'll be a few points from Penrith. I think big old Viliami Kikau might cross for the try line as well, which I'll get to my best bets in a moment. But I'm going to go for the Knights 20 to 16. The final game of the round sees Manly against the Bulldogs. Now, this is an interesting game because the Bulldogs, for mine, they didn't start the season well. These 2 clubs are rivals, and I'm hoping to see an arm wrestle here. I'm hoping to see like an 18 to 16 arm wrestle. I think it won't be that. I think that Manly may actually touch up the Bulldogs a bit here. I'm going to go Manly 22 points to 6. I struggle to see some points for the Dogs. Their defense is good, but I think they'll be a bit leaky. Just having a look now. Jacob Averillo off the bench. That's real nice. Kieran Holland in the reserves. Joe Stimson is out due to injury. Jack Cogger is in. Brandon Elliott in for the Sea Eagles. Real good lineup for Manly. Cherry Evans, Fanua Blake, Ruben Garrick, Tom Travojevic. And then the Dogs, you go to your Dallin Waiteni Selesniak. Your Lachlan Lewis, who shifts to 5'8". So another 5'8" shift. That's interesting. Suase Su in the number 8. Yeah, I'll go Manly 22-6 in a 13+ win. I can see a monster in the Dogs in this game. A bit of a bludger match and a Manly win. But as I said, these clubs being rivals, I'd love to see a bit of an arm wrestle. Now, welcome to my best bets segment. If you haven't seen this before, I basically include multis, tips, things like that. Normally, I back try scorers, so I've only gone with first try scorers here. I've gone with, well, that's not happening. Bronson Cherry, first try scorer for the Sharks and the Tigers. That is definitely not happening, that one. I've got Braden Williami for Dragons and the Warriors. I've got Teddy Tedesco crossing against the Rabbits for first try. Masters for the Cowboys at $14 against the Titans. I don't know why. I really like that one. Let's have a look at these bets that I've got, though, for the round. So, your same game multi, I've got the Eels 1-12, Katoni Stags anytime, and Sevo anytime. That's at $14.25. That's nice. Cowboys 13+. They should destroy the Titans. Who knows, but Tyrone Peachy anytime. I think he could cross over. And Easton Masters, I'm all over for a try this week. This one's crazy. At $226, I'm backing the Storm 1-12. Justin Olam in the centres to score. Kenny Bromwich to score. He's been good with the tries, so I don't see why he's so high. And Jack Whiten, he's on fire, and he loves playing against Melbourne, so I'm looking forward to it. Newcastle Knights, I think they'll win against Penrith, so I'm going to go Newcastle. Tex Hoy, who steps in for Kalen Ponga. We saw some real good talent out of him at the Nines. Let's see if he scores. Connor Watson, he's in good form to start the year. And Viliami Kikau for the Panthers. So, my personal multi for this round, where is it? Here it is the Eels 1-12, the Storm 1-12, Newcastle Knights head-to-head. I think they can upset the Panthers. And the Eagles head-to-head against the Dogs. That's paying a nice $25.50, so I don't mind that. This is my multi that I call it my monster multi. I used to call it mega multi. I will see. Do you guys want monster or mega multi? Let me know in the comment. Here is a rough multi. Payne Haas, anytime try scorer for the Broncos and the Eels. Our defence around the try line does struggle, and Payne Haas can really monster us sometimes. Latrell Mitchell for the Rabbits to score against the Roosters. I've been thinking of this one for a while, even when the normal season was on. Peter Hiku to score for the Warriors. And one of my best bets of the round at $7 is the Raiders at halftime to lead the Melbourne Storm, but them to come back in the second half and get the Raiders. Let me know your predictions, your bets, your tips in the comments. I'm so excited to return to this. I will see you guys on Thursday night for the Eels versus Broncos live stream. Don't forget, tomorrow at 4 p.m, me and BKR Sport are dropping a new format of In the Sheds where we do 2 episodes a week. I've done guest announcements, and also get around your merch, guys. So that's going to be it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on Thursday.